Hey, this is Tom with TomJohnston.org. Today I want to talk to you about thoughts. I realized something a couple years ago and it frankly really changed my life a lot. And that is that thoughts are very real things that have a huge impact on us. I know we all know that we think, but somehow, I don't know about you, but to me, thoughts were a little bit like dreams or whatever. They just felt really abstract and as if they had no substance to them. But the fact is, thoughts are as real as your hand, as your eye, as your ear, as anything. And thoughts have, just like anything, a huge impact on your life. And that's why I think it's really important to pay attention to how you're thinking, what you're thinking about, etc. This is a little bit abstract, so let me try to give you a couple of examples. Say you did something earlier in your life, say you cheated on somebody, and you really regret this, or I don't know, you stole something, or God forbid you had an accident and somebody got hurt. There's all these things that happen to us that we regret and feel bad about. And we can really get in these habits of thought where we're just stuck on them, going over and over and over again in a loop. And I don't think most of us realize that every time we have these negative thoughts, it's not unlike drinking poison. What you're literally doing physiologically to your immune system, to your lymphatic system, to your internal, the health of your organs. I'm not a doctor, I'm not an expert, but I know that this stuff is having a huge impact. And it can also just lead you into these sort of negative downward spirals. Another one is just self-esteem things where maybe you think you're overweight, or you don't have self-discipline, or you think you're not that smart, or not that talented, or that you're failing, or you failed. Honestly, everybody has thoughts like this, and it's really important to recognize when these become habitual, because if they become habitual, I think they can really do tremendous damage to both your psyche, or your soul, or however you want to say it, and your body. But the great thing is, if you start thinking about thoughts as things, just like as if you were, every time you think a certain way that's like negative, it's like you're taking sandpaper and rubbing away at yourself, harming yourself. And when you start to look at them this way, I think you become much more disciplined about how you go about thinking. And I actually posted a different video and blog post about how I think you can rid yourself of these negative emotions, and specifically these habitual thoughts that you just get stuck on. And frankly, I've been there. I've had years where I would think about something almost daily that wasn't necessarily positive, and you just need to find a way to get rid of this type of thinking. So I've written a blog post about that. I'll link to it. And in that blog post, there's also the video that I made that partially talks about this. Now, I do want to clarify one thing. I'm not saying all negative thinking is bad and that you should somehow transcend all negative thought and just be like happy and blissful all the time. I actually think that's ridiculous and impossible. And indeed, negative thoughts and negative emotions are really important. They're signals to us, right? Like when you feel something negative, say somebody's like mistreating you at work, they're being really rude, and you start to feel angry. That's not a bad thing, right? It's bad, obviously, if you fly off the handle and do something ridiculous and all your colleagues now think you're unstable. But the internal signal, and even sometimes being a little bit grumpy and like, nope, you can't treat me that way. Nope, that's not going to happen. That is a good thing, right? And similarly, say you're in a relationship and over something's wrong. You're spending time with this person and you come away feeling really bad afterwards, right? And you're thinking negatively. These are signals. And this is something different, these sort of acute thoughts that are not like habitual negative thoughts where you just get stuck in them and they're kind of pointless and unproductive. So I just wanted to clarify, I'm not saying don't have negative thoughts. I mean, I think it's normal to have negative thoughts every day, have things you don't like. Of course, there's degrees of this, and there's a way to be more serene. There's ways to have whatever you don't like coming at you without it sending you into a huge negative reaction. But nonetheless, I think we should welcome the negative feedback when it comes there and use it as a spur to action. Another perfect example is maybe you're frustrated that you haven't gotten as far in life as you want. I don't know, you haven't found the love of your life and you're frustrated. Maybe that frustration gets you to get out there and meet people. or you've always wanted to start a business, but you just kind of never do, and you're increasingly annoyed with yourself about this, that can be a spur to action. So again, you can use it. But more broadly, be careful, because the negative thoughts can really hurt you. Another thing you can do, it's a little bit like affirmations, is just take whatever negative thing it is that you're habitually thinking and come up with the opposite of it. Just start saying it to yourself over and over again. Say it out loud when you're driving by yourself, however you want to do it. Write it in your journal. I think you'll find it's amazing how quickly just saying these things will, like, your posture will alter. You'll be more cheerful. And it's something that I definitely encourage you to do. But I'm going to actually do a different video on that at some point, just about like, I don't like the word affirmation, but articulating, positing exactly what it is that you want to have. I think of it more as visioning and having a vision and articulating it and giving yourself a goal that you're shooting for. So that's it. Thoughts are things. Let me know what you think. Do you agree? Yes or no? Is it possible for us to kind of tweak how we think and how we go about this? Is it possible for us to improve this? Is it possible for us to purge these thoughts? I do want to mention also, I get it. This is not easy. This is not something that you snap your fingers and fix, right? If you have these habitual thoughts, it's a lifetime to really master how your mind is operating, how you're thinking. But I will say, I don't think it takes a lifetime or years to completely turn this around. I think it's a matter of weeks, maybe a month or two, to make radical improvements. And take a look at that other video and blog post that I'll put below about using this technique to kind of get rid of these things. Because just saying, oh, I'm annoyed that I think this, that doesn't work. You have to actually get a little bit more conscious, a little more explicit about what you're doing to rewire how you're thinking and kind of get yourself recalibrated. So again, thank you very much. My name's Tom, TomJohnston.org. Give me a thumbs up if you liked this video. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to get more, or just check out my website. And I will see you soon. Thank you.